Hey, what's up, folks? This is Brandon F. You've probably seen some videos on the Ranger I've been posting. Today I'm doing plugs, and check this out. Look how dirty all of that is. It's going to take me about an hour to clean all that debris out before I feel safe even pulling one of those plugs. For today, I'm just doing the plugs. On my next paycheck, I can actually afford the distributor cap, wire, rotor, all that good stuff. So today we're just focusing on the plugs. I'm going to be using the Irridium by NGK. Okay, so we got the first one loose. I'm gonna pull it out very gently. Get it away. Run the vacuum. Okay, so next, looking like a mechanic there, you've got to gap your spark plugs. Very important. These are very cheap, and you want to make sure you get the correct gap for your rig. After doing a lot of research, I'm going to gap these at 0.49. You might find a different recipe. So next, you want to make sure you have the right tools. This is a 5/8 spark plug socket. It's got a little rubber bushing in there that helps grab the spark plug and pull it out and put the new one back in without it falling everywhere. Just a basic ratchet setup, nothing special. So I'm glad to inform you that I did not find my dielectric grease. I did find my thread locker and my silver anti-seize. It's like chapstick. Yeah, I love that. Let's see how much of a fight she puts up. Ooh, not much at all. That's what I like. These old ones are Motorcraft Platinum, which is, I looked that up. It seems like the Motorcraft or what people like to put in these. But some of the guys are liking the Irridiums too, so I don't feel bad about putting those in. And if you don't have one of these spark plug sockets with that rubber boot, highly recommend getting them. It makes your life so much easier. I mean, when you're trying to thread that, you got to feel it out so you don't strip them or anything. You got to be really light on your hands when you're doing that, because it's real easy to do damage with spark plugs. I've actually broken a spark plug in a motorcycle once when I was removing it and destroyed the engine. So I've done a lot of stupid things. Hopefully today I won't repeat any of those mistakes. So we are very, very gently going to drop her in there. And be very light with it, kind of feel it out. Start some very, very light thread work, see if it takes. If it feels good, I just keep going. Now, if I get any resistance or it doesn't feel right, I'm going to stop and check it out. You do not want to do this wrong. Feels like everything's good, and it looks like we're getting some depth there. Yep, I can't pull it up, and it's screwing in nice, so we know we're doing the right thing here. I'm going to try and repeat how snug I believe that was. I do have a torque wrench, but that feels right, man. That feels like it's seated perfect. You can see I was able to pull that off, no struggle. And that didn't take much effort at all. I heard a little pop. I know it's seated right. Just a couple additional tips. I always check my old gap, and it looks like it's at 0.49, right where I'm putting the new ones. So that's good. So once again, I just want to reiterate how important it is to be so light with your hands and to feel things out when you're doing this, because you do not want to make a mistake. I'm not a mechanic, and I'll be the first one to tell you that, but I am a hobby mechanic, mechanically inclined, I guess you could say. And these days, it's very cool to save money, but if you're not careful, you're going to cost yourself a heck of a lot more than you're trying to save. So don't take my word for any of this. I think my biggest thing I'm trying to show you today is, how careful you should be. And that is still pretty dirty in there, but all that stuff is caked on there. I've got all the loose debris out of there, and I'm not moving very fast. I'm trying to work in this area as little as possible. So I do happen to have a roommate that's a very talented mechanic, and I showed him my plugs, and I thought they looked really bad. Looks like they got some carbon buildup on there and rust. He actually says that that's chocolate brown, and that means the engine is actually firing really well and doing what it's supposed to. So that was good news. Okay, so everything's done. I haven't started the vehicle yet, but all I had to do to get to the rear spark plugs was take off this little electrical connector guy there. And when I do that, I always clean them out with electrical contact cleaner spray. And I just took off those two plugs, and the other two spark plugs were very easy to get to. They didn't put up much of a fight at all. Everything's hooked back up. Without further ado, let's go give her a start.